been a long day. I am amazed they let me on the bus when I look like this. But he was happy to see me. He smiled. I said, "Oh, you came back for more." And he said, "Yeah." So that was good. I guess he didn't, want to change. I think he has the kind of seniority he could have. So we talked a little, about street food, basically. I said I like to cook curries on my day off with lentils and vegetables. I like to check behind me and in front of me and to the sides as I'm walking home. As you can see, it's very dark. There are some street lights where I am. I'm about halfway home now, but I'm tired. I thought I would talk to you. So, yeah, it's been a long day. I feel like I did basically everything they wanted me to do, though, so that was good. I'm just tired. It was very, very high traffic tonight. I didn't look at sales. There's a way I can do it if I'm clocked in at work, but I didn't, and I wouldn't be able to tell you anyways because I signed a non-disclosure. But it's interesting, but it's I don't know, maybe it's a planet thing. I don't know. I don't believe in that stuff, but I believe in Jesus. But it was just very busy this weekend. One of my friends thought maybe it was tax refunds, but somebody else who's a long-term store employee said, no, it's never been this crazy. I don't know what's going on with him. But it's not a police car or fire, so I'll just keep going. But, yeah, so less than a week till 5 years. What's interesting is after Ron died, I prayed on it, and I felt like I should wait at least 5 years before dating. And I basically stuck to that. I gave my number to one guy, but he wasn't interested, which is okay. I would have always wondered though, so I'm glad I didn't, even though I really stuck my neck out. But and I think it makes things a lot easier with the recipients. They know I'm not, I don't have a romantic interest. So I love my recipients, but not like that. And I would feel like it would be a serious betrayal to get involved with the recipient. So, it would be inappropriate rather. So that's, so, and pretty much everybody I meet is a recipient. So, and I wouldn't date at work either. I think that just gets bad real fast. And, especially if you get to the sharing secrets stage and it ends badly, then, your secrets are all over the store. I mean, there are no secrets in that store, let me tell you. And I'm sure it's not just my store number, it's all the, retail stores out there, restaurants and all that stuff. So, post office for that matter, they were pretty tight-knit. But I remember I went to work. Ron died around noon. Well, I think it's noon to 1 on a Saturday. And I went to work on a Tuesday morning. And people were asking me, how's Ron? Because he had been staying home for the last year. Mostly with COVID. And then when he started having the seizures, that was another good reason. He didn't want people to see him like that, and I don't blame him. And they weren't controlled for quite a while until he started taking the medicine. And he had a temporal lobe damage right here. So hello, look, it's Mr. Happy Cat. Hello, Mr. Happy Cat. Hello. Have you seen Mr. Spotman today? Have you seen Mr. Spotman? So, that's Mr. Happy Cat. He's walking in front of me with his tail in the air. It's a nice day. I guess his owner felt like it was okay to let him out. But he's not neutered either, so he probably is not a house cat at this guy's house ever, because he has a little marking issue now and then. So he's been good around me though. So, but I wouldn't like let him spend the night. So hi. Oh yeah, I need to check the mail. Yeah, today's the mail date. So I'm all over the place. I'm so tired. But oh, so Tuesday, so I went into work and people were like, how's Ron? And I said, well, he died this weekend. And they're like, what? And I said, what happened? I said, I don't know. It just very sudden. And I said, I think it was either stroke or a heart attack. And, you know, I was right. It was a heart attack. And this one guy came into the cafeteria where I was working. And it was like a big break room, basically. It wasn't, all we had were some vending machines in the stock room in a corner. And there were lots and lots of tables. And, so, you know, it's just a place for people to eat their lunch they brought from home or take out or whatever. And, there is Mr. Happy Cat. So, you know, he comes running up to me and he's screaming, what are you doing here? I'm like, what? I said, I need to make money. He said, he died of COVID. We all know it. And I'm like, no, he wasn't sick. And he was screaming about Ron being infectious and all that. And we were going to kill them all. I'm just like, okay. This is a year after this all started, the COVID thing. So I thought that was a little over the top, personally. But so yeah, he was screaming at me that I had to leave and I couldn't come back, blah blah blah. And like, and somebody finally pulled him off, and you know, just gave him a tongue lashing. You know, don't scream at the widow, basically. Like, yeah, please don't scream at the widow. And so yeah, that was rough, but. And sure enough, it was a heart attack. And I made sure I told enough people that it got back to the whole plant. And I tried to let them know, to let the driver who hit Ron know that it was a heart attack and that, you know, it was just, you know, natural. You know, it wasn't related to the accident. Because I had told God I would abide by whatever the coroner discovered. If the coroner said it was a homicide, I would accept that. If the coroner said it was natural, I would accept that. So, and he said it was natural. And like I tell people now, Ron never ate a vegetable in his life, not even a sweet potato fried. So it's not really surprising a heart attack would get him. Plus, he was fat. He was like 213 pounds. He had a big belly. He was completely inactive. He drank his weight in vodka every day. So my neighbors watered their grass. Oh, we are getting sewer up. Good, look at that baby. Look at him. He has a home though. So I would love to get him neutered and adopted though. Okay, so my sheets are here. I'm curious because I got some sheets from Walmart.com. I forgot to leave my light on. That's my tree behind me. So, I got a sheet set and a comforter set that has more sheets, and they're all deep pockets, which I really need. I have no deep pocket sheets, and I have a deep pocket mattress, so it's a little awkward at night. So, he didn't take any snacks, I can tell. It doesn't look like he took any drinks either. And Happy wants to come in, but I do not see Spotty. I'm curious how they shipped it that way. It looks like it was just regular Walmart.com. So, let's see. All right, go on in there. There's plenty of food. I made sure of that. I just didn't put any outside. I don't want to pick that up with my elbow. So my arm is already, it's not unhappy, but it's not playing either, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna put the phone in the right hand. Okay, here we go. And interesting. It appears this is straight Walmart shipping. I don't see anything. It's just sheets, though. It doesn't matter. If I drop it, it might freak out the cats, though. So, yeah. 3.6 pounds. I think it was FedEx, if I had to guess. If it wasn't just Walmart, it was FedEx. That's the chair I picked up on the curb the other day. So we're not going to step on Happy's tail. He would not like that. Alrighty. This is their bucket. They love the bucket so much. They will like drink half the bucket in like 2 days if I let them. Yeah, well, of course I'm going to let them. But, you know, I try to keep it topped off so they don't run out. But yeah, I don't think Happy had any food today. He looks pretty hungry. And that is the Temptations. My boss actually talked me into this. Temptations adult cat food. She said it was the only cat food she fed because her old cat got sick eating other brands, but he liked that. So, you know, it's good enough for the boss's cat. It's good enough for me. I got a small bag, and the cats liked it. And I put it side by side with the IAMS urinary formula and that Biscuit ate that the other guys wouldn't stop eating after he died. And I noticed after about 2 weeks, they were only eating the Temptations. So I returned the unopened bag of IAMS. I just got it too. It was only like, yeah, it's a year to its sell by date. This is what I do for drinks. Mainly Gatorades and water. I have a V8 in there just randomly, you know, can of V8. So, but I do not want that out for the possums. So I leave the snacks here and then the drinks on the ground. You know, for a while, I think when I was a kid, I had this real bone to pick with people who would use the word floor when they meant ground. You know what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So, anyways, I'm home. Get the buggy in the house. I will try to find Mr. Spotman. Although it is a nice night, so if he wants to be out, he can. There's Cleo looking out the window. So, that's it.